Andariki namaskaramuలు. Today is another good day. We are going to start with a new topic, traditional values and Sanatana Dharma in Ramayanam. We will start the session with Vande Mataram and Prarthana. After that, I will briefly introduce the speaker to all of you. Chala Chitbabu garu, please.
Vande Mataram, Vande Mataram, Sujalam, Sufalam, Malaya Jasitalam, Sasya Syamalam Mataram, Vande Mataram. Subrajyosna pulakitayamini Pullakusumita drumadala shobhini Suhasini Sumadhura bhashini Sukhadam varadam mataram Vande Mataram Vande Mataram.
Vande Mataram. ధన్యవాదములండి. Now let us request తేజోమూర్తుల భుజంగ సేన గారు to chant Prarthana, please.
Andariki namaskaram. Good morning to everyone. Let's take a few seconds of meditation and then followed by 3 Omkara and then by Prarthana. Three times Omkara. Om Sri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Om Gananam Ganapatim Bhavamahe Kavim Kavina Mukumasravastamam Jyeshtarajam Brahmanam Brahmanaspata Anasun Unnoti Bhisida Sadhanam. Om Sri Bhaganadipataye Namaha. Om Prano Devi Saraswati Vajebhirvajinivati Dhinam Avitrayavatu. Om Sri Mahasaraswatye Namaha. Gurureva Gate Gurumeva Bhaje Guruneva Sahasmi Namo Gurave Na Guru Paramam Sisurasmi Guru Matiraspi Guru Mama Pahi Guru Jnananandamayam Devam Nirmalaspatikakrutim Adharam Sarva Vidyanam Hayagrivam Upasmahe Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Pada Shankaram Loka Shankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Kesavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Kruto Vande Bhagavanto Punah Punaha Isvaro Gururatmeti Murti Bheda Vibhagini हिमवत्कप्तदेहाय दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतङ्गमय ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः मातृदेवो भव पितृदेवो भव आचार्यदेवो भव अतिथिदेवो भव ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः हरिः ॐ श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः
ధన్యవాదములండి భుజంగసేన గారు.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, now I have another opportunity to introduce Revuri Ananta Padmanabha garu to all of you. And this is the fifth course he is teaching on certificate course on Sanatana Dharma. And again, it is my pleasure and privilege to introduce Padmanabha garu to all of you. He is the Additional Director General, Doordarshan, for over 45 years in media as a Senior Administrator in All India Radio, Doordarshan, All India Radio and Doordarshan. He wrote about, is the author of around 90 books in literature, Telugu and English, multifaceted personality, Ashtavadhani. So these are the highlights. Education wise, he is MA, gold medalist from SV University, 1967, PhD from again SV University in 76, PG diploma in journalism, 1980, and PG diploma in public relations, gold and silver medals in 1983, and PG diploma in astrology in 2000. And 2011 to 2012 is the principal of Narayana IAS Academy, Hyderabad. And then previous to that, he was a coordinator, SV Bhakti Channel, Tirupati, coordinator TTD Tirupati, additional DG Doordarshan, New Delhi from 2001 to 2005, and director of program DG AIR, New Delhi, and many appointments even before that. And he wrote 90 books of literature of literary value in English and Telugu, about 1,100 articles in various leading newspapers and magazines. Awards wise, again, there is a very long list. Generally, to get one award, it is, it is a dream for everybody. But he has around 30 to 40 awards. To name a few, Kavitraya Award in 1991, recipient of S. Anjaneyulu Award in 92, Best Translation Award from Telugu University 93, EK Award in 96, Delhi Telugu Academy Award in 99, Madras Telugu Academy Award in 2000, Naga Bhairava Kala Peetham Award 2000, Best Translation Award, Central Sahitya Academy 2001, Rashtriya Ekta Award, Delhi 2002. Like that, if it goes on, and 2016 he got Kennara Ugadi Puraskar Award, and before that, 2014 he got Dubai Telugu Association Award, and he is a guest faculty in Indian Institute of Mass Communication, New Delhi, AP Open University, Hyderabad, and Usmania University, Hyderabad, and University of Hyderabad, Padmavati University, Tirupati, Academic Staff College, Tirupati, and Jamia Millia University, New Delhi, IGNO, New Delhi, Telugu University, Hyderabad, Central University, Hyderabad, and like that, many other universities, he is the guest faculty. His association with other universities are SV University, Tirupati, as adjunctor, MPhil and PhD thesis member, Board of Studies, MSc, and SK University, Anantapur, adjudicator, MPhil and PhD thesis. And like that, he has got many associations with many universities. He is the advisory committee of SSR UPSC in New Delhi, and a member Regional Workers Education Advisory Committee, Hyderabad, for 3 years, and member Additional Board, Akshara Swami, Kadapa, Akshara Rasmi, Kadapa, Chairman, Intermedia Publicity Committee, Delhi, 97 to 2000, and he is an expert committee member of UGC Committee on EMRC, New Delhi, 2004 to 2005, AP State Council for Higher Education, Hyderabad, member of expert committee in on MSc PR 2005 to 9, and member Publication Committee, National Manuscript Mission 2017, and he got a fellowships, Senior Fellow of Department of Culture, New Delhi, 2005 to 7, National Tagore Scholar, Department of Culture, New Delhi, 2015 to 17, and he got many memberships, life membership in IIPA, New Delhi, life member, Program Staff Association, AIR, New Delhi, life member, ASCI, Hyderabad, and associate member, BES, New Delhi, and research on Dr. R.A.P. Rao's works, MPhil. See, many people have done on his works, many people have done research also, and he visited abroad, UK, USA many times, and visited Dubai, and he got a lot of titles and awards, and he held a lot of posts of very prominent and national importance, and he was in Delhi for quite some time, along with many very highly placed people. Expertise in civil coaching. Now he is concentrating on civil coaching. Founder principal, Narayana IAS Academy, Hyderabad, 2011 to 12. Guest faculty, civil coaching at 3 institutions, Hyderabad, 2012 till now, and authored 5 books in English and Telugu for civils. So he is preparing people to become IAS and IPS, UPSC examinations. And then if I keep talking about his profile, this 1.5 hours is not sufficient. So with this brief introduction, I'll request Revuri Ananta Padmanabha Garni to start the webinar, please, on Ramayanam.
Namaskar. Vagadha viva samprukto vagadha pratipattaye jagatah pitarau vande Parvati Parameshwarau Vaidehi Sahitam Suradrumatale Haime Mahamandape Madhye Pushpakamasane Manimaye Virasane Samsthitam Agre Vachayati Prapanjana Sute Tattvam Munibhyah Param व्याख्यातं भरदादिभिः परिवृतं रामं भजे श्यामलं मनोजवं मारुततुल्यवेगं जितेन्द्रियं बुद्धिमतं वरिष्ठं वातात्मजं वनरयूथमुख्यं श्रीरामदूतं शिरसा नमामि। यत्र यत्र रघुनाथकीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकम्. I am happy to be associated with this Sanatana Dharma course for the 5th time, as mentioned by Honorable Babu Garu. Today, I'm happy to be associated with Babu Garu, Chitti Babu Garu, Prabhakar Rao Garu, and Bhujanga Shainam Garu. This is a new name. When I heard of his name, I was remembering a poem written by one of our Telugu poets. The Lord Vishnu normally sleeps on Bhujanga Shayana, Adiseshu. So this poet, he ridicules the Vishnu, saying that how you are getting sleep, Lord Vishnu. We are not getting our sleep even with a small noise. For you, there are turbulent waves on the sea, and besides that, the Futkara of Adiseshu is there, and even then you are getting sleep. For that, he wrote a very nice poem. Kalasha Payodhi Mida Taragal Marive Nimroya Veyi Bangula Talapan Pupamu Busagottaga Yegati Nidrajendedo Chima Chutukannanu Niduraradu Maku O Balavadari Yadari Hari Kuhara Bhaspadari Hari. It's a very systematic and the way of praising the Lord with a humorous aspect. Now coming to today's importance. Today is the auspicious Kartika Purnima with Kritika star on it, and we are starting the Sanatana Dharma course. And Babu Garu has highlighted my profile, and I'm happy to share the information with you last night. Appa Joshala Foundation is a very famous foundation. They have conferred on me the Visishta Seva Puraskar for this year, that is 2023, and the meeting will be held on 6th of January at Visakhapatnam. And those friends who are assembling in this group and who are staying in Visakhapatnam, please do attend on 6th January at Kalabharati, Visakhapatnam. It is a prestigious award, as like a Jnanapith award for Telugu, so I can say. Anyway, I'm getting all the blessings of friends like Babu Garu and others in this group. Coming to Ramayana, Ramayana is the first poem. Valmiki is the first poet. It ranks first among the world literature, and it touches the several aspects of human life, and thus it transcends the religion and church. Normally, we speak of our own religion, Hindu religion, and its importance. Here, it is an ancient legend. It represents not only the culture of India, but also the eternal and universal dharma of the mankind. Then you may question, what is dharma? Every time everybody says, even the priests and the pravachanakaras, they mention about dharma, 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 sanatana dharma. What is dharma? Dharma is that which sustains the world and directs the world on the correct lines, on the correct path. Dharma is duty. It is our duty to do. It exhorts the man to do his duty. This is the most important point which we have to remember. The practice of dharma, how do you practice it? It gives both prosperity and bliss. Dharma is manifold. You may say, how you can define dharma and what are the main traits of dharma? Truth is the lifeblood of any dharma, that we have to remember. Hence, it is said, dharmas are different facets of the truth. If you combine truth and dharma, it has different facets. So, sage Vedavyasa says, Maryadayam sthito dharmaha. This is the word which he has mentioned. Those who have pen and paper, they can note down. Maryadayam sthitam dharma, sthito dharma. Keeping oneself within the bounds of dharma, and semaschayvasya lakshanam. What is the important trait of this dharma? Self-control. Self-control is the essence of the entire dharma. Then you may say, what is the necessity and what is an example of dharma? We will not be able to acquire necessary strength and courage to practice dharma because it has its own ingredients. The truth, the compassion, the charity, all these things are there in dharma. Unless we see or hear the practice of those percepts by a human being, we may not be able to know the truth of dharma. That's why Swami Vivekananda emphasized several times. He says, we can grasp an idea only when it comes to us through a materialized ideal person. That is why we keep this prayer of Vigraha. We can understand the precept through the example. So dharma is a manifestation of the truth. That is why Rama also is called as Vigrahavan Dharma. Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma. We get the necessary faith to act in a particular way by observing the experiences in the lives of great men. There are so many people who have practiced this dharma, and the concept of dharma is very subtle. Even some scholars, they differ in the nature of dharma. Sometimes it is very difficult to comprehend dharma. Then when any person who has a very good reputation primates throughout the world, such as Buddha, Christ, and Gandhi, then we can say it is Rama, that is, he is undoubtedly one such great person whose name is as green as ever in the minds of the entire humanity. That's why when Valmiki questioned Narada, he asked some points. Konvasmin, this is the popular verses. Konvasmin sampratam loke gunavan kascha viryavan dharmajnascha kratagnyascha satyavakyo durdavratah charitrena chako yuktah sarvabhuteshu kohitah vidwan kah samardhascha kaschayika priyadarshanaha atmavan ko jitakrodho jutivan kah anasuyakah kasya bibhyati deva jataroshasya samyuge. There are 16 traits, and Valmiki was asking about Narada, who has these 16 characteristics. But the literal meaning of Ramayana is the path of Lord Rama, Rama Ayana. He is the hero of this epic, and the path which he has trod is dharma. That is also the path of truth. And Sri Rama was neither an ascetic like Buddha or Christ, nor a preceptor, nor a prophet. He was a king who ruled Ayodhya, this country, for a long time. Nevertheless, he led the life of a householder and underwent many sufferings resolutely and bravely. He is like any other human being who has gone to forests and who has sustained the difficulties of forest life. Hence, he showed Samanya Dharma. There are so many types of dharmas, and he is responsible, and he is an epitome of Samanya Dharma, that is general dharma, that a man should follow towards his parents, brothers, wife, friends, and fellow citizens, his countrymen. And also, there is a Vishesha Dharma. Samanya Dharma and Vishesha Dharma. What is this special Dharma? It is to be followed by a king. He was a king for a long time. When he returned from the forest and he was crowned, he was ruling the country for a long time, Ayodhya. But Dharma means Karma Charana. You please note down. It is nothing but Karma Charana, performing an action, one's own duty he has to do. The precise rule, as laid down by sages, is, what did the sages say? You must be clearly aware of the consequence of the action and the manner of performing the action before you perform it. Before you do a thing, you should think of the consequences and you then start your action. Rama imbibed this norm correctly and fully and has become a master in performing this dharma. Hence, the poet Valmiki stated, Ramo Vigrahavan Dharma is a personification of dharma. Then some younger generation people, they question like this. Modern people, they say, why this religious concept of dharma? Whether this is a religious book, and it contains several episodes which are impossible to believe. The youngsters, so many people question when we go for pravachananas, they have some doubts. They say, Sita is Ayonija. How is it possible? She is not born in the womb, but came out of the earth. This is one question. Another question is, the divine messenger came out of sacrificial fire and gave divine juice to Dasharatha for being blessed with children. How is it possible? From the Homakunda, the person came and he gave the nectar to Dasharatha to be distributed to his wives. Another angle is, divine angle Garuda, eagle. He came from heaven and relieved Rama and Lakshmana from the shackles of Nagasarpa. Is it possible in a human being's life? Another important thing is, Indra sent his chariot from heaven along with his charioteer, Matali, to help Rama in the battlefield with Ravana. And another important thing is, Dasharatha, who was cremated and burnt long back into ashes, he came from the heaven at the end of the story and embraced Rama, praising his valor and truthful conduct. Is it possible? Then, another very astonishing thing is, all Vanaras and other warriors who fought on behalf of Rama in Rama-Ravana Yuddha, they were killed, but they came back to life with full health and without any injuries on their bodies, as per the boon granted by Indra to Sri Rama. These are the 7 points or 7 bullet points which the youngsters ask when people go for the pravachanas or when people say that it happened like this in Ramayana. These make us doubt whether they are all true and really happened on earth, whether this Ramayana has happened on earth. The answer is very simple. The story is related to both earth and heaven. This we have to keep in mind. It not only happened on earth, but there is an aspect of heavenly aspect. All principal religions believes in heaven. Even if we go to the other religions, the religions which do not believe in God believe in angels. This epic mentions different kinds of angels, their names, their concerts, their towns, and the disputes intersect also between the Asuras and Suras. The great epic of the West, Iliad, gives a galaxy of Olympic gods and revives dead persons who have a part to play in the story. When we believe that Greek etymology or story, why don't we believe this Ramayana? If the events of episodes mentioned above are absent altogether in this legend, it merely resembles a story in a social picture. We have so many social films It is almost like a story of that, but there is enough historic evidence to show that the basic story of Rama, son of Dasharatha, went on exile with wife Sita Devi and in a battle killed Ravana, who abducted Sita Devi and ruled the entire country in a popular way for a long time. This is the real story. But when we look back at the Western legends also, like Ramayana, they are called, the intellectuals also agree about the necessity of such a myth in any country. Take, for example, Plato, the Greek philosopher. He stated that in order to instill higher values of wisdom, courage, tolerance, and justice in our youngsters, it is not necessary that the stories we tell them must be true. This is the word uttered by Plato, a Greek philosopher. He says we have to mix up things to imbibe spiritualism and mythological events in the minds of the youngsters with some heavenly episodes also. Even Vivekananda, he also stated that many of these sects believe that in order to preach a good thing, there is no harm in saying an untruth if it is beneficial to many. This is the underline to be scored. Similarly, the great philosopher, poet and scholar Bhartrhari, who has written Niti Shatakas, he also said, sometimes we have to tread on an imaginative and unreal path to reach the truth. We have to reach the truth, you have to go for the unreal path also. In a significant note, that even though Ramayana contains events mentioned like the heavenly episodes, which cannot be comprehended by a human being, sage Valmiki, he was a very preceptor. He depicted Sri Rama as an ideal human being. At the end of the story, when Sita successfully came out from the fire unhurt, establishing her purity, all devatas appeared before Sri Rama and praised him as Sri Mahavishnu. This we have to remember. At the end of the story, when the hero of the Ramayana has been described as Mahavishnu, we have to believe that all the other things are also have a heavenly touch. But Rama said, he is considered himself as a human being, son of Dasharatha. Aham vetmi mahatmanam Ramam Dasharathatmajam. I am the son of Dasharatha. That much I know, and nothing more. He never showed any miracle in the life. On the other hand, on several occasions, we can count 1, 2, 3, 4. The first day of his exile, he slept on his earth. When Sita was abducted by Ravana, he wept like any other person. When Lakshmana swooned down in the battlefield, he also wept. When Sita was reported to have been killed by Indrajit, this is a Mayajala, his distress and agony clearly resembled any human behavior. He never behaved like a very heavenly touch person. His inability to recognize Sugriva while he was fighting with his brother Vali, who resembled him, also confirms that Sri Rama acted like a human being. Otherwise, he should have killed Vali, because he has a divine quality, and if we can recognize Vali, why should we wait for the second time for the person to go for the war with his own brother? He was standing behind a tree. This is also a controversial thing. So many people question why Rama should kill Vali behind a tree, why he has not approached him directly and killed him. He is an internal and eternal personality. Then, when the sea god, when he was about to go to Sri Lanka, the sea did not give him way. Then he also got very much frightened, and he was about to throw an arrow on the sea god. Similarly, when he prayed the sun god to win the battle, Aditya Pradaya itself, Agastya came and he told this Aditya Hridayam. We are very popular. The Aditya Hridaya people, so many people, they reside in the morning also. This is also a heavenly touch and a human touch in Ramayana. The message of the epic is very, very, very clear. That is, keeping in mind that Sri Rama is an ideal human being. Then people say how the relevance of Ramayana is there, what is the message of Ramayana, and we have different enumerations in the divine sage Narada. Sage Narada said, virtues, 16 virtues of Rama, what are they? They are generally practiced by all human beings. The virtues of Rama or the virtues of a human being. The virtues relating to Sri Rama's valor and statecraft, that is more important. And his the physical features, he was Ajanubahu. Further, when we compare the general virtues of divine nature, it has three divisions. One is virtues secured by controlling mind, such as, you just note down, Shaucha, purity, Dhamma, control of senses, Arindamata, conquering senses. We have 6 senses, and Panchendriyas also, Arshad Varga and Panchendriyas. Brahmacharya, celibacy, and Tapas, austerity. These are the virtues. And then the virtues gained by the intellect, such as Jnana, wisdom, Niti, sagacity, Vangmita, eloquency, the way people talk. We will be impressed to listen to certain people. The way Chaganta Kotiswara gives his pravavachanas, it has its own importance and it is its own heavenly touch also when we hear to him. Then Pratibha, quick wit, and Smriti, memory, Vichakshanata, this is more important thing. When a person is there and he is acting, he should show his shrewdness. These are the virtues. And the other virtues are acquired by disciplined mind and high intellect. What are these? Niyatatma, resoluteness, Adhinatmata, dauntless spirit, which we have to give is as Adhinatma. Then Kshama, Gambhirata, Dakshata, Aryata, that is nobility, Sausilya, Aklishta Karmata. If you are doing non-weariness, that is important for these virtues. And all these 46 virtues are embedded in Sri Rama. And the virtues of a king, they are Dhriti, Stairya, Virya, Shaurya, Pratapa, and Sarvaloka Priyaha. This is also important when we compare the nature of Sri Rama and his filial devotion, F-I-L-I-A-L, filial devotion. When we read Ramayana, you have to go inner details. You have to search your own heart. You have to search the in-between lines. Then only you will be able to understand the essence of Ramayana. The two towers of this epic mention are filial devotion and matrimonial purity. You just note down, please, those who are taking notes. One is filial devotion and matrimonial duty. Both are based on love. Love is another word for the truth. This is a combination. Our body came from our parents, that we all accept. From the limbs of our parents, we got our limbs. They are our creators. Hence, Shruti declared Matrudevo Bhava, Pitrudevo Bhava. These are the two important ingredients in Sanatana Dharma. Let mother be your goddess. Let father be your god. Who must worship our parents. Sages in Dandakaranya, when Rama went on exile, they blessed Rama and said, truth, filial devotion, and dharma are in abundance in you. They immediately praised Lord Rama, saying that, O Rama, the truth, the filial devotion, and dharma are abundance in you. They were in praise with Rama. His father Dasharatha himself said, Ramam Pitruvatsalam. He always respected his father. Rama is very fond of his father. We shall notice some events and utterances that occurred in this epic, touching this great virtue of filial devotion. How can you gauge Rama's virtues? Rama used to bow to his parents, touching their feet. Charanau Vavande. You just note down, please. Charanau Vavande. He used to bow before the parents. After the marriage of Rama, Dasharatha was returning to Ayodhya with his sons and their respective brides. How the marriage happened, that also we have to remember, because at the time of the marriage, the very famous slokas are there. They say, when Rama has done the important thing of breaking the vow, then Janaka came forward to give his daughter in marriage to Sri Rama. He did not immediately accept it. He said, my father has to agree for this betrothal, and then only I will be able to marry. Then they sent a word to Dasharatha. Dasharatha was in the court, and in the court hall, he inquired about the antecedents of Janaka. Then Vasishtha and all other sages, they said that the clarity of the clan of Janaka also is very famous. And then Dasharatha started with his personal people, and the Kausalya, Kaikeyi, and Sumitra, they didn't attend the marriage. Only Dasharatha came and the marriage was over. At the time of marriage, while giving the Panigrahana of Sita, these are the verses mentioned by Valmiki. What did Janaka say? Iyam Sita Mama Suta Sahadharmacharitava Pratichachainam Bhadraante Paningranhishmapanina. Those days, this Mangalya Dharana and all these things were not there. Panigrahana itself is one of the important things in the marriage. Pativrata Mahabhaga Chayevanugata Sada Ityuktva Prakshipadraja Mantraputanjalam Tada. And he poured the holy water and the marriage is celebrated. In the case of Yayati and Devayani also in Mahabharata, when Yayati took the hand of Devayani in the well, then Devayani said, you have touched my Pani, it is Pani Grahana, so you have to marry me. He didn't agree. Then the Shukracharya came into the field and he said, you have to marry, and the marriage has happened, Yayati and Devayani. Then the story of Sarmishta also comes. We need not go into Mahabharata now. So coming back to the marriage and returning, while Dasharatha and Rama are returning along with Sita, there was a combat between Parashurama, who challenged Sri Rama, saying that the bow of Vishnu is to be to string. Dasharatha's prayer to Parashurama with folded hands and grief-stricken face. Because every time Dasharatha says, he is the only son for me, and he is my beloved son. Like that, every time he says. Even to Vishwamitra, he said, when Vishwamitra approached Dasharatha, Dasharatha was in a mood to celebrate the coronation of Sri Rama. At that point of time, Vishwamitra entered the court hall, and Dasharatha gave him all the necessities of a sage, and he worshipped him, and he said, whatever you want, I will give. Then Vishwamitra slowly mentioned that I want your son to protect my yajna. But people may question, Vishwamitra himself is capable of doing protection of yajna. Why should he come and request Dasharatha to send Rama? He mentioned that I will be performing the yajna and I can't control the asuras. That's why I need Rama. Dasharatha was very reluctant. He said in a very poetical manner, I mentioned in one of my poems, Padunaredula Chinni Papadakata Papatmlu Rakkasul Kadanammadidanga Nevachi Niltunu Rakasulamattu Bettedanu Matsainyambu Ventaran. Oh, Vishwamitra, he's a boy, not even completed 16 years. Padunaredula Chinni Papadakata. How he can come to the forest and kill all these asuras? I will come with my battalion and I will protect your yajna. But Vishwamitra did not agree. His aim was not that. His mention of Rama and his holistic approach is very different. Then Vasishtha interfered and he said to Dasharatha, you send Rama. Then Lakshmana also followed. Both of them went. And the killing of Subahu and throwing away of Maricha into the sea has happened. At that point of time, when they were approaching the yajna field, this sloka, very important sloka, which is very prominent in all the Suprabhatas, Kausalya Supraja Rama Purva Sanja Pravartate Uttishta Narashardula Kartavyam Daivavan Hikamu. Both Rama and Lakshmana were sleeping before the starting of the yajna. At that point of time, Vishwamitra, who is the preceptor of our Gayatri mantra, he was a person who has invented this Gayatri mantra, and everybody during Sandhya Vandana, they pray with this Gayatri mantra. Then he has evoked Rama. He should have mentioned about, oh, son of Dasharatha or king of Dasharatha, but he mentioned about Kausalya Supraja Rama. Normally, the sons are very much attached to the mother. So if we mention the name of your mother, we will be happy. Even now, when our school children are to be waken up, the mothers, they will shout at them saying that already the time is over, bus has come, you have to get ready, like that. But that is not the way. The way how Vishwamitra has waken up, Kausalya Supraja Rama, oh, the dear son of Kausalya, you just wake up. Why and how? You have to perform the morning evolutions, and then we will start the day. These are the words of the Vishwamitra. Then a point comes. He has requested Dasharatha to send Rama to protect the yajna. It's over. He should have brought them back to Ayodhya and handed over to Dasharatha because his work is over. But he didn't do. Why he should take them to Janaka Maharshi's Mithila Nagara? Some people came while the performance of the yajna was there. They mentioned that there is also another yajna in Mithila, and if you are interested, you can come. Then he did not even ask the people, Rama or Lakshmana. They followed him. They went there. And when Janaka Maharshi declared that he will give away his daughter in marriage if this vow is broken, then Rama, with the permission of Vishwamitra, he has done that. And as I mentioned just before, the marriage has taken over. Then the person with great restraint to his father, when Parshurama has combated with a very unpolished words, the provocative utterance and conduct of Parshurama, it deserved violent and aggressive answers. So, Sri Rama said, Gauravat yantritam kadaha pituh. Since my father is there, I could not say harsh words towards you. You slimy weakling, I shall show my power and prowess. These are the words of Rama. And he took the bow. We see that even a direct personal insult was disregarded to show respect to his father. Because Parshurama was scolding Dasharatha. He doesn't want to hear these words. Though Sri Rama acquired greater knowledge, prowess, and wisdom than his father, he remained dependent on him with due veneration without taking any independent decisions. He didn't take any independent decision. He was always asking for the suggestions of his father. This was confirmed by Sita Devi also, because when they went to Atri Maharshi Ashrama, Atri introduced Anasuya to Rama and Lakshmana. Normally, when a guest comes to our house, we just introduce saying that this is my wife, so and so, so and so. But Atri Maharshi went a step forward. He mentioned a long list of the personality of Anasuya. This is another important thing which we have to remember, because when you introduce your wife to a guest, it should be honorable and it should give all the aspects of the ingredients of that lady. To narrate the events of her marriage, Anasuya requested Sita. She wanted to hear from the first-hand information from Sita. Then Sita started saying, my father Janaka declared that whoever lifts the bow of Shiva and strings it shall, without doubt, wed his daughter Sita. He doesn't say that you should break it. You just string it. Then only I will give my daughter in marriage. Sri Rama briskly went on and broke it into two, making a frightful thunder clap. Immediately thereupon, Janaka took a golden water and vessel and offered Sita to him in a marriage to make a formal gift. Sri Rama refused. Without knowing the view that the wish of his father Dasharatha, he wanted the acceptance of this marriage by his father Dasharatha. So messengers were sent. On the arrival of approval of Dasharatha, the marriage was performed. This is the story narrated by Sita to Anasuya. Then the newly wedded couple, Rama and Sita, they were very quite happy. Sri Rama's heart was drawn to her. She was ever in his mind and was securely lodged in his heart. She was dear to him. She was the wife provided by his father. Why she was dear to him? That is, Dara Pitrikrita iti. His father has given her, so no doubt his love grew because of her goodness and beauty. This shows that Rama rejoiced in the very act of obedience to his father, as he accepted his wife with the concurrence and approval of his father. Sri Rama had great pleasure in following his father's wish. This is the main stream and theme of Ramayana. While narrating the great qualities of Rama to Hanuman, Sita said, when Hanuman approached Sita in the Ashokavana, she told about the qualities of Rama. For Sri Rama, O Hanuman, for Sri Rama, the command of father is dearer. Pitru Vachanam Priyam. These are the words uttered by Valmiki. Pitru Vachanam Priyam, Sita says to Hanuman. Then his installation as a prince. In another few hours, the coronation of Rama as a prince was about to happen, but Kaikeyi has turned the tables. And he gave his word and proceeded to the forest with all pleasure. He did not show his discomfiture or anything. Rama never raises any discussion or debate about the necessity or the propriety of his following father's desire. The theme of this Ramayana is, it cannot be appreciated by all. So many people say why Rama should go, and in the West also it appears it is like unjust. He should not have gone. He should have thrown away the words of Kaikeyi and he should have continued. The utterance of Lakshmana on that occasion also strengthens this view. Lakshmana did not agree. He told Rama that we will not go to the exile and we will continue in this coronation. Dasharatha also told Sri Rama, but Kaikeyi deceived me. These are the words Dasharatha said. Kaikeyi deceived me in seeking these boons. Take me as a captive and become the ruler of Ayodhya. Then you may say, when he is faithful to his father's words, he should have accepted this also. Dasharatha told Rama, you make me a captive and rule Ayodhya. Rama could have done that easily, but he wanted his father to be truthful. We must notice that Kaikeyi extracted promise from Dasharatha, who took while thrice in the name of Sri Rama, that he would fulfill their desire. The first boon of making Bharata a prince, that can easily be done, but the second boon of sending Rama to the forest cannot be fulfilled unless Rama agrees to do so. The first thing is she wanted Bharata to be coronated. It can be easily done, but unless Rama agrees, he cannot be sent to the exile. Hence Rama told Kaikeyi, I will obey my father's command. Avicharya pitruvakyam. You please note down. How faithful is he to his father? Avicharya pitruvakyam. I will not discuss about the decision taken by my father without any inquiry or questioning his view between empire and exile. These are the two words. His exile is prior to the empire. He was about to take the crown and throw, but the exile was the fate. I would prefer exile, which is more beneficial and of greater significance, said Rama. Rama had an abiding faith in fulfilling the dharma of obeying his parents. These are the important virtues of Rama. Sri Rama, on receiving the message from Minister Sumantra that Father Dasharatha and Queen Kaikeyi wanted to see him in the early hours of the day when coronation was fixed, he went to see his father at the palace of Queen Kaikeyi. The story goes like this. He bowed to his father and then to Kaikeyi. He was frightened to see his father, like one who set foot on cobra, as his father was looking miserable, parched with grief, who just cried out, Rama, on seeing him with eyes full of tears. This was a pathetic situation. Rama could not believe to see his father like this. Seeing his father for the first time in his life in such a state, Rama was distressed, racked with grief, lost the luster of his face, and made inquiries with Kaikeyi whether his father was sick. He asked his stepmother, Kaikeyi, what happened to him? Whether he offended him in any way, whether I have done any mistake, whether my father is hurt, or any members of the family were sick in Kaikeyi herself. And she did not reply. And he was about to say, unable to please my father or failing to do his bidding, I don't want to live even an hour. I will die. How can a man fail to be devoted to his father, his veritable living deity, to whom he owes his own birth in this world? These are the words uttered by Rama to Kaikeyi. Rama had an exhilarating passion for fulfilling the command of his father. But that was the main virtue of Rama. Then when we come to the story, Kaikeyi, having been satisfied that Rama would certainly fulfill his father's promise, she told like this. These are the words of Kaikeyi. King Dasharatha promised me to give 2 boons, and I demanded them now. And as they are being unfavorable to you, he is reluctant to tell you about those boons. She was very clever. She was in a very sustained manner. She mentioned about these things. And if you promise me to do what the king asks, whether it is right or wrong, I will myself tell you all about this. These are the very cunning words of Kaikeyi. Then Kaikeyi narrated how the king gave her 2 boons. In spite of such an unequivocal promise to him, Kaikeyi said, unless and until you leave for the forest, your father will not bathe or take food. How she behaved like this? We will be vidhimam rushimastulyam. Rama said, I will immediately oblige your words. I will not wait for the words of my father to give consent to all your boons. Unable to resist the full determination of his wife and brother, Lakshmana to follow him to the forest. This is another very ticklish issue. When Rama wanted to go for exile, Sita said, I will also accompany you. And she was very harsh also in telling that my father did not believe that you are a person with such a type of personality. She was very critical about the behavior of Sri Rama, saying that I won't take you to the forest. She said, my father gave you thinking that you are a pumsman, but you are behaving like a woman. You are not agreeing to take me to the forest. Then after thinking a lot for the time, Rama agreed to take Sita also. But when Lakshmana wanted to go, his mother, Sumitra, gave these words. Oh, Lakshmana, you go to the forest. I agree. You think Ramam Dasharathatmajam, Maam Vidhi Janakatmajam, Ayodhyamatavim Vidhi, Maam Vidhi Janakatmajam, Ayodhyamatavim Vidhi, Gachatata Yatha Sukam, Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi. You think Rama as Dasharatha. Oh, my dear son Lakshmana, you are prepared to follow the footsteps of Rama. I do agree. But these are the virtues you have to follow. When you are accompanying Rama, you think Rama is the father Dasharatha. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, Maam Vidhi Janakatmajam. You treat Sita as mom, myself. But here Ma means Lakshmi Devi also. She is the embodiment of Lakshmi. So she is none other than Lakshmi Devi. Ramam Dasharatham Vidhi, Maam Vidhi Janakatmajam, Ayodhyamatavim Vidhi. You treat the forest as Ayodhya because it will give you all the pleasures when you are in the throne or when you are in the palace. You will be accompanied by several people to serve you. But in forest also, you should feel that you are in Ayodhya. Gacchata atayatha sukham. With all the pleasures, you go to the forest. These are the words uttered by Sumitra. So, when these 2 people wanted to accompany him, he has agreed, saying that I will also take both of you. And how is the unparalleled story of the brothers, the brotherhood, and the service of one person to the other, their love for each other, for Rama and Lakshmana, the poet Valmiki mentioned in his shloka, Lakshmanam Lakshmi Sampannam, Lakshmanam Punya Lakshanam. These are the virtues of Lakshmana. The word Lakshmi here connotes Kankarya Lakshmi, the wealth of service. The words Punya Lakshanam mean saintly characteristics of selfless service. Hence, Lakshmana's splendor and glory was in his dedicated service to his mother. Both of them were very confident. When Sita was abducted also, they were determined to get her back, and they followed the dharma, which is very much mentioned in all the characteristics of Ramayana. Then we come to the matrimonial purity. In fact, the institution of marriage is sacred in all societies, in all religions also. The Shruti declared that Virat was not happy, Virata Raja. When he was alone, he desired a mate. He became as a big man and a wife, and embracing each other, he parted his body into two. Through that came husband and wife. When the story of the human beings started, this is the story. This was a version found in other scriptures like Bible and Quran also in different forms. It emphasizes the sacredness of the marital life. Swami Vivekananda said that marriage is but a renunciation of unchastity. These are the words, you just note down. A renunciation of unchastity. A society without the institution of marriage is considered to be savage, and hence marriage is the basis for any civilized society. This is very important to note, because nowadays we see people going for divorce even after 10 days of the marriage with small protections. When there is a disobedience or there is a discontent among the husband and wife, they go to the courts and get the divorce. The Vedic ritual of marriage in this country is consisted of bridegroom affirming that he shall never transgress the limits of dharma, artha, kama. Moksha is not here. It can be got through these three, dharma, artha, kama, moksha. The marital life with the bride, that is more important in Hindu culture. The Shruti further exhorts the bride to be the crest jewel of her husband and be blessed with children. That is more important. To beget children, the family life is led. In our country, a married woman is considered as a tapaswini. This is more important. You just note down. She is on vow regarding the sacredness of her marital life. She believes in all these daily virtues and daily things. She believes her husband is a god to her. In the epic sage, Vasishtha declared, Atmahi dara sarveshanam. Atmahi dara sarvesham. All the times, she is your Atma. Wife is the very self of all householders. Such is the foundation laid by the sages of this country for marital life. In our country, a married woman, like I told just now, she is a tapaswini. She is on vow regarding the marital life. Every man should be under the vow to respect a woman, to protect her, to adore her, or else it is not possible to maintain the matrimonial purity. Then when we come to the precept of how the married life is to be considered, while describing the virtues and conduct of citizens of Ayodhya, Rama says, there were none who were having liaison with another's wife in the city of Ayodhya. Because chastity, purity is the thread of married life. Then the poet himself described Ravana. When we go to the history of Ravana, Uchaditam cha dharmanam paradarabhi himarshanam. He is very much uprooted the entire dharma by enjoying the other wives, not one, but innumerable married women of Devas, Asuras, Nagas, including the wife of Takshaka. They were coveted. This is the aspect of the two sides of Rama and Ravana. A person who is a puritanical man, who is purified, and whereas the other person, Ravana, he is having an ill-divided mention of all his greed. Ravana was so deep-rooted in this vice, and while conduct of coveting others' wives, that he openly declared to Sita that sexually approaching wives of others and bearing them away by force is the course of conduct ordained to ogress. How to reverse that course except to annihilate him? That is the only thing. So he has been annihilated. That is the duty of Rama. Rama did it. He not only annihilated Ravana, but also the very idea from the minds of humanity, so that nobody could dare argue and justify his conduct of coveting another man's wife. Humanity has understood that this should be unfailing dharma of human beings. At the time of the marriage, Janaka, father of Sita Devi, while offering her to Sri Rama, pointing out to Sita Devi, he mentioned about the qualities of Sita. Pativrata, Mahabhaga, Chaya, Chayeva Anugata Sada. She will accompany you like Chaya. Like Surya and Chaya, they cannot be separated. Ideal married life of the couple was extolled by Valmiki marvelously in this Ramayana. Sri Rama's heart was drawn to her, and she was ever present in his mind, while he was securely lodged in her heart. Sita was dear to Rama as she was taken with concurrence of his father, virtuous and beautiful. These are the traits of her. Sita's love towards him was twice that of his for her. So when compared the love in the parameters, she has twice better, solely for the reason that he was her husband. This was confirmed by her in her discourse to venerable sage woman Anasuya. Anasuya wanted her to narrate the episode of marriage, and she mentioned it. There is another incident while Sita and Rama were going to the forest. Kausalya exhorted Sita Devi not to despise her son, Sri Rama, who was going on exile, as generally women cease to esteem their husband who had fallen on evil days. This also is important. Anasuya, just to know the mind of Sita, she questioned her, are you happy that the decision taken by your husband is quite correct? Are you happy that you should also follow him? Or you should have told him firmly that there is no need for going to the forest. But she politely said, I don't agree with you, madam. I have to follow him, and he has to follow the words of his father. These are the main virtues of Rama, and I request if any questions or discussion is to be done, we can perform it now.
Thank you, Padmanabha, for a very interesting and informative lecture on Ramayana and the principles of life. Now the forum is open for questions. Please raise your hand, or one by one we can take up the questions. Okay, B.R.C. Murthy garu.
నమస్కారం గురువు గారు.
నమస్కారం అండి.
రాముడు అంటే కేవలం మానవ మాతృగానే ఉన్నప్పుడు ఈ ఇంద్రుడు కనపడటం ఒకటి, సముద్రం కనపడటం, ఇవి ఏంటివి ఆ గరుత్మంతో రావటం, ఇది ఎట్లా జరిగింది అని ఆయన గొప్పదనం అంటే ఆయన మంచిదనం వల్ల జరిగిందా? ఆ రోజుల్లో దేవుళ్ళు కనపడేవాళ్ళ? అలా
అది అప్పుడే త్రేతాయుగం కాబట్టి సార్, అప్పటికి ఇంకా ఈ ధర్మ వ్యతిక్రమం అనేది కాదు అది.
Can you have it in English, please?
Yeah. In the beginning itself, I told that some of the points which cannot be believed, 6 points I have told. One of them is about the thing which you have just mentioned, whether Indra was there and whether he has seen Indra. When he was there in that Sharabanga Maharshi ashram, Indra said, "Oh, that is Rama coming. I just wanted to leave immediately because I don't want to show him now my face." So Indra has left. And these 5 questions which you have put, one is Sita is Ayonija. Is it possible to get a daughter without any womb? Number 2, whether the nectar given by the sacrificial fire, a person came out and he gave it to Dasharatha, is it possible? Another is Garuda coming to save Rama and Lakshmana from Nagasarpa. Another is Indra sending his chariot along with Mathali. And Dasharatha coming back from heaven after the death of Ravana and embracing Rama. And the rebirth of Vanaras, is it possible? All these questions, as you said, cannot be done according to the normal manual or the regular human being's life. But here in the case of Rama, unlike Sri Krishna, because Sri Krishna, he has showed several episodes of his divinity, but Rama never showed his divinity. So here we have to mix this story with the mythological events of the heavenly aptitude and attitude.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Any other questions, please? I think today's lecture was so clear. And some of this, you started with so many questions, and then we went on. So the normal possible questions were answered before the question. So there is one more question. Vijay. Yeah, Vijay Kambate, you can ask.
Yeah, thank you so much, Namaskar. Sir, I have a question. There are some people who say that sending Ma Sita to forest while she was pregnant never happened, and it was introduced by some people. But as per the original Ramayana, it ends in the, I guess, Yuddha Kanda. Once Rama is back to Ayodhya. What's your thought on this, sir?
Yeah. So many queries or criticisms are there against Rama's behavior. Number 1 is asking Sita to go anywhere. When Ravana was killed and Sita was brought to Rama, he was very harsh to her. He said, you can go to Lakshmana, you can go to Vibhishana, or you can live according to your own. I don't accept you. You have to show your purity. And she came out of that fire. And the second question which you are putting is about her sending to the forest as desired by her, and when she was pregnant. These 2 questions are shown against the characterization of Rama. But people believe that he believed in truth, and as a king, he has to accept even a small criticism, and that is why he has sent her to the exile. But these questions are cannot be answered in few words. It's a long story. Even Right Honorable Srinivas Iyengar also, in his thesis, he mentioned about the killing of Wali. Why should he kill Wali behind standing on a behind a tree? All these questions are there. We have to think on the lines of dharma, the virtues which Rama was very much in his mind and which he followed. That's why even Sita says, na tantri vajyate veena, na chakro vartate radha, na patis sukhamedhate, yasyadapi shatatmaja. She says, the strings of veena, when we use that, it is not the string which gives the sound. It is the hand which gives you the beautifulness. Similarly, The husband is my soul. The husband gives me the essence of sukha. That's why she never felt that he has done any mistake on her part. This is to be considered while we agree whether he is right or wrong.
Okay. Murthy garu.
నమస్కారం. ఇంకోటి శంభుక వధ జరగటం అనేది అప్పుడు అంటే నేను అనేది
Put it in English if possible.
Yeah, Vishwamitra has adapted from king the Kshatriya to Brahmin. Vishwamitra and Parshurama adapted some reverse from Brahmin to Kshatriya dharma. And when Sota Mahamuni, he has taken a preaching role of Brahmins instead of some other. All these things, there is some freedom to change from one varna to other varna. Why Sambhuka was killed? Because he has right to take one other role, no? Is it why he is killed it?
Yeah, this is also another critical point shown against Rama's character. And most of the atheists, they describe the Shambhuka Vada, particularly the person who was in Andhra, who was very harsh in criticizing the characterization of Rama. The Chaudharis, particularly the community people, they were very harsh at the behavior of Rama, and this Shambhuka Vada is part of it. Being a non-Brahmin, he was doing performance and penance, and he killed him. This is, we cannot rule Kali Yugas into Dwapara Yuga, Dwapara Yuga into Treta Yuga, Treta Yuga into Kali Yuga. Each Yuga has its own dharmas. They followed them. In particular Kali Yuga, the divorce is very popular, but you can't go to Treta Yuga and say why Sita has given divorce to Rama or Vali to Roma. All these questions you cannot ask because the ingredients of that particular yuga and that particular period, they are different. The Manusmriti also says it is very important. Gurorapyaviliptasya karya majanataha utpatham pratipannasya karyam bhavati shasanam. The importance of the law pertaining to that period is to be taken into. He felt that the fourth caste people, they are not eligible to do penance. That's why he was a king and he did it. And now we cannot question with the constitution of India. We are giving importance to all the people that we cannot go back. Because that was the relevant period and that was the relevance which Rama has felt and he has done it.
Rama is very sincere and he will not joke at any point out. But except in Surpanaka case where he has sent it to she was settling. Why is it he forecasted all these war is inevitable? That's why it is a very key incident. So that's why he has behaved like this.
Yeah. That is a very peculiar situation. Normally, we never expected that Rama behaves like this. He was cajoling Surpanaka and he played a little mischief and he was very sarcastical in mentioning that my brother Lakshmana is there, he is unmarried. That also is not truth. He should not have told he is already married and why he should lie before her. This is part of a small blemish on the part of Rama is there. And he has to face it because since he had played like this, though it was not according to his soul, he has faced the abduction of Sita also immediately and he has to suffer. So we can't justify the act of Sri Rama, but it was a very subtle incident in the entire life of Rama. When we compare the characterization of Sri Rama throughout his birth to the killing of Rama or the coronation, he never acted like this. He was perhaps in a lighter movie, he wanted to show her because he never expected such a foolish act. When Sita was there besides her, besides him, why should Surpanaka come and say, I will marry you? So that was a very peculiar situation. Even if somebody is there in that way, he should have done like this only. He was just joking. It was not a real intentional thing.
Yeah.
Sushil Kumar Garu, you wanted, Sujit Kumar Garu, you wanted to something?
Yeah. Yeah.
Sir, namaste. No,
Namaste.
I was just a little putting chronology in place. You began saying that Ramayana is the first verse and Valmiki ji is the first author. So where would Vyasa come? Would him come after Valmiki's time or would it be before Valmiki's time?
The poetical thing is the first thing. This Valmiki's poem is an epic. Vyasa is a prosody, is a prose. It is a prose. It is not a poem. Mahabharata, though it was in sloka, it came a little later to Valmiki. When we compare the epic attitude, Valmiki's Ramayana is the first one. Treta and Dwapara, in Vyasa was in Dwapara Yuga, so naturally it is after Valmiki Ramayana only.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. I think the questions are over. Anyone wanting to ask a question? Okay. Yeah, Kaipa Rameswara garu.
నమస్కారం మహోదయ.
Namaskar.
వ్యాసుడే వాల్మీకి తరువాత అనడానికి, ఎందుకంటే వ్యాసుడే చాలా చోట్ల రామాయణాన్ని గురించి పురాణాల్లోనూ భారతంలోనూ కూడా చెప్పించాడు కదా, కాబట్టి మనము వ్యాసుడే తర్వాత అని అనుకోవడానికి చాలా రకమైనటువంటి రుజువులు ఉన్నాయి కదా.
వ్యాసులు రకరకాల వ్యాసులు ఉన్నారండి, ఒక వ్యాసుడే కాదు. వ్యాస అనేది ఒక పీఠం లాంటిది, వ్యాసపీఠం లాంటిది. It is like a vice chancellor. There are so many vice chancellors. So the person whom you are referring is different from the person who has written Bhagavata and Bharata.
Okay.
ఇప్పుడు ఇంకొకటి
చెప్పండి రామేశ్వరరావు గారు చెప్పండి.
అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనం భాగవతంలోను కొన్ని చోట్ల ఈ రామాయణ ప్రసక్తి ఉంది కదా, ఇది రాసిన వ్యాసుడు వేరు, మనం చెప్పుకునే వేద వ్యాసుడు వేరంటారా?
లేదండి, ఒకరే. రామాయణము అనేక యుగాలలో అనేక రకాలుగా జరిగింది. త్రేతాయుగంలో జరిగిన రామాయణం మనం ప్రస్తావిస్తున్నాం.
మంచిదండి.
రైట్.
ఇప్పుడు సీతని అడవిలో పంపించిన విషయంలో ఆయన త్రికరణ శుద్ధి అని అంటాం కదా, బయట ఒకటి లోపల ఒకటి లేదని. అయితే ఆయన వరం ఇచ్చాడు కాబట్టి పంపించా అని ఒకటి చెప్తున్నారు, కానీ అదే చాకలి అతని నింద వల్ల చేశారని. ఇది వెళ్ళి పైగా అడవిలో ఎక్కడ అన్సెక్యూర్డ్ ప్లేస్ లో వదిలిపెట్టారు. ఇది ఎట్లా మనం అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి? ఆయన ఒకటి చెప్పి మనసులో ఒకటైతే ఏదో వరం ఇచ్చారని పైకి చెప్తున్నారు, కానీ లోపల నింద అనేది ఉంది. ఇది ఎట్లా అర్థం చేసుకోపోయి అడవిలో వదిలిపెట్టారు, క్రూరమైన అడవిలో, ఎక్కడ సెక్యూరిటీ లేకుండా. గౌతముడు కూడా అహల్యని శపించేటప్పుడు, నిజంగా జరిగినా కూడా అహల్య శపించేటప్పుడు నీకు తపస్సు చేసుకో అన్నాడు, కానీ ఆయన ఇంకే వదిలిపెట్టలేదు, అది అవంగానే వచ్చేసాడు. కానీ ఆయన ఎందుకు అలా చేశారు అని ఎట్లా అర్థం చేసుకోవాలి?
Sir, it is a very debatable point. We need not question or we need not doubt the integrity of Rama. Rama has done according to his will, wish, and his duty. And we cannot imbibe our own intellect in his mind. He was true in his mind, he was true in his words, and he wanted, even when Lakshmana and other people resisted, he wanted to show his mind to the people. He cannot be a washerman or whatever it is. He cannot sustain the criticism against him, so he's left her. Anyhow, it is very nice to share the ideas with you, sir.
Okay,
We'll close
thanks,
it.
Andy.
We'll close it.
Yeah, we'll close. Thank you very much, and రేపు మళ్ళీ కలుసుకుందాం. నమస్కారం.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. భుజగ శయనం గారు,
భుజన్ గారు ప్రార్థన చేయండి. మీ వాయిస్ రావట్లేదు. Unmute yourself and yeah.
Okay. स्वस्ति प्रजाभ्यः परिपालयन्तां न्यायेन मार्गेण महीं महिषाः गोब्राह्मणेभ्यः शुभमस्तु नित्यं लोकाः समस्ताः सुखिनो भवन्तु काले वर्षपर्जन्यः पृथ्वी सस्यशालिनी देशोऽयं शोभयितो ब्राह्मणाः सन्तु निर्भयाः अपुत्राः पुत्रिणः सन्तु पुत्रिणः सन्तु पौत्रिणः अदनाः सपनाः सन्तु जीवन्तु शरदां शतम् सत्यं वद धर्मं चरा स्वाध्यायामा प्रमदः सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः सर्वे जनाः सुखिनो भवन्तु स्वस्ति
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंधु गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्छल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तब जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे जय जय Thanks, Andy. Okay. So now anyone wants to ask something, I mean, other than not the class, anything other than? Or if there are no questions, then we'll close for the day. Thank you.